How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to yet another Umineko! So, I hope you all enjoying this as much as I am. We are on an epic journey throughout this whole thing. But anyway, let me go ahead and just continue from where we last left off. I don't know how close we're to the end of episode 1, but I'm fairly certain we are pretty close. Probably another 2 episodes, I think. Ah! Kitty cat scared me. After all the excitement that previous night, there was no way anyone was going to wake up early. George, Aniki, Jessica, and I were snoring loudly on the beds in the cousin's room. But Maria, who had gone straight to bed without joining in, was completely awake. Hello. Yes. As she rubbed her sleepy eyes and looked around, she was met with the loud snoring of the other 3 cousins. For a while, Maria had to think about what had happened. After that, she realized that her mother wasn't with her, and she quickly got lonely. Maria left the cousin's room, trying to head to the room that had been arranged for her and her mother. Paying no heed to the 3 who were sleeping soundly, she slammed the door shut. In response, Bachelor mumbled and rolled over in his sleep, but it wasn't enough to wake him up. After a while, Maria returned, once again opening the door with a lively bang. What the hell's your problem? When she had left the room, her face had been sleepy, but now that she was back, she looked irritated. Yeah, I see that. Why? After that, she climbed up on Bachelor's bed, which happened to be the closest, and started yelling and jumping on it like it was a trampoline. What the fuck? It's not Christmas morning, goddammit! Leave me the fuck alone! No! What the fuck? Were they playing Risk? What the fuck? After making sure I was awake, Maria moved over to George Aniki's bed and started jumping on that too. What the fuck? In that manner, the 3 of us were all greeted with an extremely pleasant awakening. Right.
ありがとう、マリアちゃん。起こしてくれたんだね。
Goddamn kids.
僕たちは夕べが遅かったから寝坊しちゃったのを起こしてくれたんだね。でも、もう少しだけ起こし方を優しくしてくれると完璧だったかな。
ジョージ兄さんは本当に大人だよ。尊敬するぜ。
もうすぐ7時なんだな。ま、確かにもう起きてもいい頃だぜ。
ママがいない。
ローザおばさんが部屋にいなかったの？もう起きてお屋敷の方に行っちゃったのかな。いない。
Shut the fuck up. We'll go to the mansion. Maria kept groaning, ooh, ooh, and looking unhappy. What gave that away? She didn't exactly seem lonely because her mother wasn't around. It was more like she was irritated and thrown off balance because her mother wasn't there where she'd expected. If we could just tell her where her mother was, that alone would probably calm her down. But you just did that. But unfortunately, we had no way of knowing where Aunt Rosa was, except that she wasn't here.
どうせ朝食に行くことになるんだし、屋敷の方に行こうぜ。
そうだな。マリア、一緒に屋敷へ行こうぜ。きっとローザおばさんもそこさ。
おお、マ
屋敷なら行く。うん。
そうだね。お屋敷に行こうか。多分、親たちはもう向こうに行ってるんだよ。
Maria regained her usual composure so completely. Her earlier tantrum now seemed like a lie. We got dressed, left the room, and headed for the mansion. Don't forget the umbrellas. It's still pouring. Oh my god. I like the rain. I just don't like going out in it. Oh, once more there was a knocking sound on the study door. Oh, we're back to Natsui? But there was no answer. Yep. He seemed to be sleeping still, and I could not wake him up. If she went back downstairs and said something like that, of course, Ava would probably be amused and triumphant. Ah, that bitch. And even putting Ava aside, it was problematic that Kinzo had stayed shut away during this entire once-a-year conference, not even coming down to greet anyone. Even the family head, no, especially the family head, couldn't fail to make an appearance. I wonder if I can convince him myself. Natsui readied herself and used the key that she'd borrowed from Genji to open the door. Man, we're having to read a lot lately. Kinda irritated. I liked having breaks. I kinda relied on those. God fucking damn it. Even though she was prepared for the sweet stench. Wait, what sweet stench? Wait, what? Which seemed to eat into one's brain as it poured out the small crack in the door. The fuck kind of fucking shit is this? She couldn't help but grimace. Thinking that he might still be sleeping, Natsui entered the room quietly. When she did, Kinzo was already awake and looking down out the window. Oh, hello.
お目覚めでしたか。おはようございます。
どうやって入ったのか。
Would you like to know? Kinzo spoke with his back still facing her. His voice was not harsh, but calm, and Natsui was slightly reassured. However, though he was awake, he wouldn't have ignored all that knocking if he was in a good mood. Natsui wasn't able to relax.
申し訳ございませんでした。源氏さんにお願いして書斎の鍵をお借りさせていただきました。
ほう、源氏がか。我が友がそれに足ると思ったならば話を聞かぬわけにもいくまい。して、私に何用か。
はい。もうじき朝食の準備が整いますが、ぜひお父様にもおいでいただきたく思いまして。
朝食はここでとる。いつものように運ばせるがいい。
しかしお父様、年に一度の親族会議です。せめてお顔をお見せになってください。
下に降りて。
Shit, man, damn.
私の死後、遺産をどのように食いちぎるのかを決める議論に加われというのか。バカらしい。そのような話は私を抜きで好きに進めるがいい。そしてそれが親族会議だというなら、私がこの部屋を出るほどの価値はない。
I mean, true.
私は忙しいのだ。構うでない。
No, you're not busy, you liar. His last words carried the threat that any further questions would not be appreciated. Natsui realized that adding any further pleas would finally bring his wrath down upon her. She didn't look forward to facing Eva's sarcasm, but there was nothing more Natsui could do.
そうですか。わかりました。 みんな残念がるでしょうが、そう伝えます。
Natsui decided to give up. Bowing silently, she tried to leave the room before Kinzao's spasmodic temper could flare up. As she did, Kinzo spoke to her. Oh? His voice was so calm and gentle, it felt like it came from an entirely different person. Oh god.
Natsuki, Ushiromiya no ie ni totsugi, mou zuibun ni naru na.
はい。後宮を名乗ることを許されてから、もう随分になります。
前の家が恋しくなることもあるか。
いいえ。嫁ぐとは、生家を捨てることです。私は後宮夏日。帰る家も、懐かしむ家も、すべてはこの後宮の家のみです。
She truly wasn't exaggerating. Such was the resolve she felt whenever she applied the Ushiromiya family name to herself. And that's precisely why she was so saddened when her husband didn't treat her like an Ushiromiya, leaving her to race about in vain.
クラウスが女で、お前がその夫であったなら、いや、それは言うまい。
Oh my god, I don't even want to think about that.
それは、どういう意味ですか？お父様。
Natsui was shocked. If Kinzao's words just now were what they seemed, it would have been more than enough to make up for all she'd suffered up to that point.
忘れよ。年寄りのざれ言だ。
Kinzo once again faced away from her. He'd told her to forget it, but Natsui couldn't help feeling warmth in her heart.
お父様、この夏日は血は繋がらずともお父様の娘です。後宮家の名誉も栄光も、そしてお父様が残されたものもすべて、この夏日が必ずや守ってみせますから。
お前に片翼のわしをまとう資格はない。しかし、お前の心には確かに片翼のわしが刻まれている。ならばお前は間違いなく我が血族で後宮家の栄光を引き継ぐものだ。お前の衣服にわしがないことを嘲笑う者もいよう。しかし、それに耳を貸すことはない。心にわしを持つ者だけが真の私の血族なのだ。お前を後宮家に迎えられたことを今は光栄に思っている。
Without saying anything more, Kinzo remained with his back to Natsui. However, Natsui couldn't help but feel something warm well up inside her that she hadn't felt since long ago, when she had been just a child. Natsui bowed silently to his back and left the room. Okay, that was a little bit of a nice moment.
あら、ちょうどいいタイミングだったわね。
And of course that has to be ruined, right?
お父様の様子はどう？あんまり遅いから様子を見に来ちゃったのよ。
When Natsui left the study, she saw Ava climbing the stairs, and their eyes met. Ava was smirking unpleasantly, thinking that Natsui would leave I feel like that should be saying grudgingly, but drudgingly after failing to convince Kinzo. However, the way Natsui was now, such a frivolous laugh would not disturb her. She was not permitted to wear the family crest on her clothing. but she was permitted to wear it in her heart. So she spoke calmly, clearly, and confidently, with the dignity of the one who would protect the Ushiromiya family's glory.
お父様は親族会議にはおいでにならないそうです。汚らわしい議題に関心はないと仰せです。
とかなんとか言っちゃって。お父様を説得できなかったんなら素直にそう言えばいいじゃない。
哀れですね。お父様が嘆かれるお気持ちも分かろうというものです。
それはどういう意味よ。
I mean, fucking listen to the way you're fucking speaking, you fucking bitch. Natsui did not answer. Just as Kinzo had done earlier, she showed Eva her back as she headed down the stairs. Oh, bitch. I got a big old smile on my face. Eva finally realized that she was being made fun of, that something had happened to quickly bolster Natsui's confidence. Even so, she apparently didn't have the courage to risk Kinzo's wrath. Unable to even knock on the door, she could only click her tongue, make a motion as though scratching at it, and follow after Natsui.
それで兄さんたちはいたの？お父様に聞いたの？
Oh shit.
引きそびれましたが、書斎の中にお父様が
Sorry, God
夫
damn
た
it.
ちの下船な話のために入室を許すこともありえませんから。
I went to scratch my leg and
ないでしょう。
fuck. Okay, what?
下に降りて使用人たちが探してくれるのを待ちましょう。朝食は遅れますが、お茶でもいかがです、エヴァさん。
Sorry if you all heard that. God damn it. I hate people with motorcycles. It just ruins my fucking recordings, man. Damn. Motorcycles suck. Eva couldn't hide her confusion at the complete difference in Natsui's attitude. She was acting so boldly that while Eva hated to admit it, she even had a sense of dignity about her. Unable to find fault with anything, Eva could only follow Natsui back to the parlor. When the two of them returned to the parlor, Hideyoshi had been joined by the 4 children and Nanja. Oh, hello! Genji, who had been talking with Hideyoshi, reported the current situation when he noticed that Natsui had returned.
主人たちはまだ見つからないのですか？
はい、申し訳ございません。あと、熊沢が朝食の準備に入りました。もう少し時間をいただきたいとのことです。
The clock read a little past 8. 8 should have been the time to start breakfast. Normally, going over that time limit would be a disgrace to the host.
今、カノンが表を探しています。
Still?
それから、シャノンの姿も見えません。
There we go.
シャノンまで？
I guess so.
まったく、主人は何を従えて散歩に出かけたのですか？
Just how many people had gone missing by now? Now that the number was this large, it was starting to feel truly unpleasant, as though the people here were the only ones being left out of something interesting. At least, that seemed to reflect the feelings of the children, and Maria in particular. She was indignant. I said that right. I don't know. She was indignant. I can't say it right. God fucking damn it. Her stomach grumbling, almost as though her mother and the others had left her alone to go off and eat something delicious without her. The other children were flipping through the channels on the television, trying to find a program that might interest Maria and cheer her up again. Anjo was sitting on the sofa, gazing blissfully at the children while reading a book. It must have been a book about chess. The sound of footsteps came rushing towards them with a pitter-patter. There was only one set, so they realized before seeing who it was and who it belonged to that it was probably Canon, not Cross and the rest.
奥様、失礼します。その様子では見つけられなかったようですね。申し訳ございません。まだ。もう十分です。ご苦労かけました。
She didn't know where they were, but they had to be somewhere on this island. They hadn't had a thing to eat since the previous night, so their stomachs must be growling about now. They'd probably come plodding back to their own accord, before long. By now, Natsui was thoroughly exasperated and started to feel that there was no reason for them to go out of their way and search.
私はお客様方にお茶のご用意をしに厨房へ行きます。二人とも早朝からご苦労様でした。
Natsui left the parlor, acting as though the release intention had caused a new surge in her headache. Kenan tried to call to her back, but Natsui left swiftly.
どうした？まだ何かあるのか？
はい。
Oh?
旦那様方のお姿を見つけることはできませんでしたが、その。
Kenan sounded evasive. It looked as though he didn't know where they were, but had spotted something that might be connected to their disappearance. Eva and Hideyoshi noticed this exchange of words and came over. They had probably picked up on something strange in Kenan's behavior.
どうしたんや、カノン君。クラウス兄さんたちは見つかったんか？
実は、バラ庭園の倉庫の様子がおかしいのです。
Oh?
様子がおかしいというのはどういう意味だ？
それが、その。
Okay. No words, I suppose. Okay, fine. Audio is fucked up. How should I explain it? Kenan hesitated once more. His tone wasn't at all what you'd expect from this usually fearless boy. Seeing this, Eva and Hideyoshi looked at each other dubiously.
どういうこと？倉庫の中に兄さんたちがいたんじゃないの？
いえ、中はこれから調べます。
Okay, why couldn't you expect it before?
その鍵を取りに戻ったところなのですが。
Oh, okay. But what? Oh, is it that the door thing like Natsui found on her other side of the door?
その
Like scratch marks and reddish, blackish, whatever?
ようわからんが、とにかく中を調べればいいだけの話じゃないか。
Maybe? I don't know. Okay, I'm
trying
to speculate here.
使用人室にあります。すぐに中を確かめましょう。
Go get it. What the hell's what's the problem? He hasn't told us! Kenan dashed off to the servant's room and returned with the key. Genji left the parlor, saying that he would go check, but then Eva and Hideyoshi followed after him. Alright. What was this something strange about the storehouse that had caused the usually fearless Kenan to hesitate? It was still pouring outside, but perhaps their curiosity over this was something that Kenan couldn't talk about one out. Okay, that sounded weird. I don't know why. Maybe I read it wrong and I didn't notice. Sorry. While the children made a big fuss watching television, Kenan and the rest dashed over to the entrance. Alright. The Rose Garden Storehouse was a place that housed the various tools used to manage the garden. I mean, one could expect by the naming of the place. It was definitely not a pretty building. Because of its appearance, it had been built so that it was hidden in the corner of the Rose Garden. Didn't we see it before in one of the background sightings? Kenan, Genji, Eva, and Hideyoshi came cutting across the rose garden holding umbrellas. They entered a small path just off the rose garden, which was normally off limits for those appreciating the garden and only used by those maintaining it. As they dashed down that, the storehouse came into view in front of them. Okay. Am I supposed to be seeing something? It was quite an old shed, and compared to the flawlessly perfect beauty of the rose garden, it was pretty seedy looking. It was easy to understand why it had been built in a hard-to-see place. Eva and Hideyoshi arrived at the storehouse long after Kanon and Genji.
カノン君たちは早いな。わしは心臓が爆発しそうや。
こんなところに倉庫なんか建ててたのね。何よそれ。
When Eva looked where Kanon was pointing, she was at a loss for words. Noticing this, Hideyoshi also followed Kanon's finger and was likewise too shocked to speak. The entrance to the storehouse was a kind of shutter, and there, everyone suddenly realized why Kanon had been unable to find words to describe what they now saw. For God's sake, just get to the point! On the shutter, which was completely filthy from being exposed to wind and rain for so long, stuck right on it, there was something that looked like a strange, dark red liquid. No, not mucus. Or maybe it was some sticky paint. No. An indescribably eerie shape was drawn on the shutter with some kind of ghastly substance. The rain had caused it to drip down like fresh blood leaking from an open wound. No more beating around the bush. Some kind of mark was drawn there, with a ghastly substance that looked like blood, in a shape that seemed to suggest something ominous. 2 circles were drawn there, and inside them was a design that looked like a cross. The 4 ends of the cross were widely exaggerated, and it looked like some kind of crest from somewhere around Europe. And in the cracks between these shapes, written closely packed together, were some unfamiliar characters or possibly symbols.
なんちゅう悪趣味な落書きや。これ、あれか？悪魔の儀式とかの魔法陣いうやつとちゃうか？
It wasn't surprising that Hideyoshi would say that about such a ghastly shape, drawn with a deep red, dripping substance.
これ、いつ書かれたの？
昨日、雨が降り出す前にここに来ましたが、その時には何も書かれてませんでした。
他の方々の目に触れる前に何とかしよう。ご覧になられたらご不快になられるだろう。
そうね。ただの倉庫小屋とはいえ、こんな気持ち悪い落書きを1秒たりとも放置したくないわ。
倉庫の中に塗料もあります。応急処置でとりあえず塗り消して、後日天気のいい日に改めて塗装しましょう。
Genji remembered that he had just recently seen another scribble, and that it too had been made with a strange dark red substance of the same color as this. That must have been... That's right. He had seen it on the door to Natsui's room. Okay, I don't know why it's actually, like, instantly just, you know. I don't know why it's doing that.
Kanon-kun.
Okay, now it's back to normal.
さっさとこの落書きを消して戻りましょう。たとえ倉庫とはいえ、 実家の落書きは本当に腹立たしいわ。
はい。すぐに済ませますので。
Cannon squatted in front of the shutter and unlocked it. He then lifted it up with all of his strength. A boisterous noise resounded, and the eerie shape drawn on the shutter began to get sucked in through the top of the shutter as the shutter was raised. At least for the time being, that ominous drawing disappeared from their direct gaze, and they all breathed a sigh of relief. Okay. Thanks to the kids' program they came across, Maria was feeling much better. Bachelor and Jessica were poking fun at the kids' show at every turn, cackling together. George was enjoying the program with Maria from her perspective. Nanjo sat on the sofa by himself, passing the time by reading quietly. They heard hurried footsteps coming from the hallway. They were the footsteps of a single person. Did that mean it wasn't the group of the four that had just left? It was Genji. It was very rare for Genji, who considered being out of breath a violation of a servant's virtues, to be gasping for air. He had probably come dashing back from outside the mansion. His shoulders were soaking wet, and he didn't have his usual trim appearance. When Genji noticed Nanjo looking at him, he gave a small, silent bow and quickly approached him.
Nanjo sensei, 申し訳ございません。至急お越しください。何事ですかな?
As Genji whispered something into Nanjo's ear, Nanjo went pale. He rose from the sofa, trying not to be noticed by the children who were still engrossed by the TV. And the two of them rapidly left the parlor, muffling their footsteps. Just as they were about to exit the parlor, they came across Natsui, who was pushing a serving cart loaded with the tea sets. Genji whispered something into Natsui's ear, and Natsui went pale, too, in apparent shock. Then, leaving the servant cart where it was, the three of them dashed towards the entrance. George noticed them running down the rose garden through the window.
なんだろう。源氏さんと南條先生と、あれは夏日おばさんかな。
どうしたんだよ、兄貴。
何かあったのかな。ひどい慌てようだったね。
When Jessica and Maria saw that Eva, Hideyoshi, and Nanjo were no longer in the seats, and that the serving cart had been abandoned in the entrance to the parlor, they also realized that something was the matter.
何か事故でもあったとか？
行ってみようぜ。俺たちだけのけ者なんて面白くねえしな。
For some reason, what Butler said sounded extremely indiscreet. But they couldn't deny that they were a little insecure and concerned after seeing the adults run off into the rain without regard to their appearance.
行ってみようぜ。何があったか気になるぜ。
Jessica's uneasy words spoke for all of them.
おい、マリア。お前も来るか？それとも、テレビを見てるか？
おう、マリアはテレビがいい。おう。
僕たちだけで行こう。マリアちゃん、すぐ戻るからね。テレビを見て待ってるんだよ。
おう。
By the time the kids made it outside, the adults were no longer in sight. But Jessica seemed to have a pretty good idea where they'd gone, judging by the direction they'd been running. Following Jessica, we ran through the rain-soaked rose garden. The wind seemed to suddenly get stronger. The malicious sound of thunder began to ring out like it had the previous night. It felt like an eerie something, had surrounded the island and was trying to stop us from moving forward.
ジェシカ、この先には何があるんだ？
確か園芸道具なんかの倉庫があったはずだぜ。
そんなところに一体何があるんだろうね。
Just as Jessica had said, oh my fucking god. Okay. Just as Jessica had said, they began to see a storehouse in front of them. They could also see the adults there. The shutter to the storehouse was open and several adults looked as though they were searching for something. For some reason, only Natsui was outside the storehouse, without even holding an umbrella. She looked like she was hanging her head, and her back was facing them. Oh, that can't be good. There was Genji, Nanjo, Natsui, who had just left the mansion. The ones who left earlier, Kenan, Eva, and Hideyoshi, were also there making for a small crowd of people. But there was absolutely no bustle of activity. When Natsui realized that the children were approaching, a terrible expression rose to her face, and she ran at them with her arms spread wide. Oh no. But despite that, no. Because of that, the kids saw the scene Natsui was trying to keep them away from. Oh my god, are there people dead in there? Oh god. Inside the storehouse, with its shutter wide open, a faint fluorescent light shone down. And right there was... a screaming bitch. Ow, my ear! Jessica's piercing shriek ran out. The fuck is this music? But that was just because Jessica's scream was the loudest. The same thing spilled out of Bachelor and George's mouths as well. Eva spread her arms just like Natsui, roaring at the kids with a bone-chilling expression on her face.
Georgie!
When Natsui spread her arms, I thought she was trying to prevent us from advancing any further. But that wasn't why Eva was spreading her arms right now. She was trying to stop us kids from seeing that terrible scene. It was her mother's heart, trying to protect the eyes and hearts of us children by blocking our view of that terrible scene by at least the width of one of her arms. I'd seen this kind of cheap scene all the time. In manga, TV, anime, and movies. I'd seen it over and over again. This was just seeing something appear in real life that I'd seen plenty of times before in some of those more sensational movies, right? That alone shouldn't... But that suit... It's that old bastard's, isn't it? Oh, fuck. I get it. Then that's Uncle Cross and Kairi-sen and Aunt Rosa. Ah! Shit. Midnight? Are you... Well, not mid... Okay, no, it's 8 o'clock, so... 2 a.m. Oh, well, he's saying or more, so okay. Midnight to 2 a.m. Oh my god, even after their deaths. What the fuck? Okay, this was like fucking personal. What the fuck?
いや、めったなことは言え。
Yeah, dude, the kids are right there.
私は町医者だ。検視は専門外だ。
Oh no.
ちゅうことは何や。殺しただけじゃ飽き足らず、さらにこんな無体なことをしたん言うんか。
Apparently.
悪魔や。悪魔の所業や。
Aunt Natsui caught Jessica in her arms and Aunt Ava caught George Aniki. So I was the only one who could approach the entrance to the storehouse. If only there had been someone there to catch me too. I wouldn't have needed to have this horrible, evil scene burned into my eyes. No, that's not it. It isn't that there's no one here to catch me. The people who should catch me, they're right there, aren't they? Just as Jessica said, it did look like a storehouse for gardening tools. A lawnmower with extra blades, a grass sickle with a hammer, some carpentry tools such as a saw, piled up potted plants, and bags of fertilizer. And treated just the same, the corpses of several people had been laid to rest there. No, had been tossed in there. I could tell them by their clothes. That old bastard in Kairi-san, oh, not her too. Uncle Cross and Aunt Rosa. Beyond that, Goda-san and... Are there still more of them? How many people died? You are fucking kidding me. I can't even count them on one hand, damn it! I didn't know whether it had been one of these gardening tools which, if used for something other than their intended purposes, could definitely be wielded with a naked brutality. Or whether some horrible tool had been brought in here specially for this. Anyway, each one of the bodies jammed in here had been given an atrocious makeup. It wasn't makeup. It was more like their faces had been plowed. Fucking Christ. Their faces were smashed, forced into expressions that normal people couldn't make even after death. I couldn't tell where the eyes or the noses were, but I could find their mouths, because they were gaping wide, their gums exposed. But their front teeth were missing, and even the cheeks that should have covered all this were all torn up and laid bare. That trendy makeup you always spent so much time on, even though you are a man, isn't doing a thing right now.
Oyaji! てめえは絶対地獄行きだとは思ってたぜ。でもよ、ここまでじゃねえだろ。ここまでひでえ目に遭わされるほどの悪党じゃなかっただろうがよ。だからキリエさんもさ、こんな男と付き合うのはやめろって言ったんだ。あんたまでそこまでの目に遭わされる理由は何もねえじゃねえかよ。顔がねえ。顔がねえよ。クソクソクソクソ。
バトラーさん、これ以上を見てはいかん。こんな姿をお父さんもお母さんもあんたに見せたいわけがない。お父さんとお母さんのためにもこれ以上を見てはいかん。
死者ってのは安らかに眠る顔ってやつを拝ませてくれるんじゃねえのかよ。顔がねえんだよ。俺の親父とキリエさんの顔がねえんだよ。どういう顔して死んじまったのか、それすらもわかんねえんだよ。なんだよ俺は。親父たちのことを思い出すときは このくちゃくちゃの化け物みてえな顔をいつも思い出せたのかよ。そいつは最高だぜ。クソ親父のニヤニヤとした顔を思い出さなくていいんだからよ。最高だぜ、最高だぜ。でもよ、キリエさんの顔くらいはいいだろ。キリエさんは悪党じゃねえ。たまにはムカつくと思ったけどよ、ちょいとかっこいい俺の姉気分だったお人じゃねえかよ。こりゃねえよ、こんなのってねえよ。クロスおじさんなんかまだマシじゃねえか。顔面じゃなくて側面だぜ。少なくとも顔半分は残ってるじゃねえかよ。まだマシだぜ、まだマシだぜ。
Jessica filled her ears with the sound of her own screaming, trying to shut out my reckless words.
よすんだバタラ君、もうよすんだ、もうよすんだ。兄貴、兄貴。
Disregarding age and appearance, I fell to my knees, clinging to Aniki's waist and sobbing. It was as if I was crying on behalf of everyone here. Representing the feelings of everyone there, I screamed over and over. How far are we in? Oh, 48 minutes. Well, fantastic. Probably shouldn't have ended the last episode where I ended it, but oh well. Oh, you got nothing to say, okay.
倒れているのはクラウスおじさん、ルドルフおじさん、キリエおばさんにローザおばさん、ゴーダさんで5人。
いや、6人や。ここにもう一人おる。
The body Hideyoshi was looking down on now happened to be hidden amongst the shadows in that mountain range of objects, in a blind spot to George, who stood by the entrance. So George couldn't tell whose body it was. So George cursed himself. He cursed the fact that his worst guesses always turned out to be right.
じゃあ、お父さんの足元に倒れているのはシャノンなんだね。
ああ、シャノンちゃんや。
George fell completely silent. He shook slightly, his lower lip trembling. Normally, he would have wanted to run to his beloved's body, screaming and crying. However, before rashly rushing forward, he worked to keep his composure and asked his father.
シャノンもクラウスおじさんたちと同じなのかな。
Hideyoshi deeply understood the meaning of those words, so he couldn't give George an immediate answer. Or rather, he felt that silence was the only sincere and loving response he could give George right now. When George asked if Shannon was the same, he meant to ask whether her corpse was in the same condition as the others or not. Since Hideyoshi hadn't denied it, it meant her corpse was in the same brutal state.
シャノンを見てもいいかな。
いや、 あかん。
どうして？だって、もう二度とシャノンの顔を見られないんだよ。
Because I don't think you want to see her face like that? Are you stupid?
その、最後の顔。どうして見たらいけないんだよ。
お前が最後にシャノンちゃんに会ったのは昨日か。
うん。
そうか。そのシャノンちゃんは、別れ際にお前にどんな顔を見せたんや。
Stop with the fucking ellipses, you fucking bastard!
素敵な笑顔だったよ。
After he handed her the ring, she hesitated, even though she must have already made up her mind. Then she looked bashful, and ran away because she was embarrassed to let him see her face looking like that. That's the expression that was revived in George's mind.
そうか。ならシャノンちゃんも、その笑顔をお前に残したいと願うはずや。
Hideyoshi looked down upon Shannon's body lying at his feet. Just like the other bodies, it was in such a horrible state that it'd make anyone want to cover their eyes. Her head had been smashed in from the side, and no more than half of her expression remained. If the remaining blood-soaked half of her expression had been wiped clean, would that graceful smile of hers have peeked out? But only half of it. Without thinking, Hideyoshi slapped his hands over his eyes. How brutal. If her face was going to be crushed anyway, then if only all of it had been crushed, he might have been able to temporarily distract George from his pain by making the pathetic suggestion that it was someone else wearing Shannon's clothes. But half of her face had been left untouched. It caused the body so much humiliation, while still proving beyond doubt that the body was Shannon's and no one else's. How inhuman, how brutish. And there trying his best to burn the image of the remaining half of Shannon's expression into his eyes, as she lay there at Hideyoshi's feet, was Cannon. Cannon was not crying. Tears had risen to his eyes, but they did not drip down. But that didn't mean he wasn't feeling as much sadness as everyone else. Losing Shannon, who had lived with him in the same orphanage, whom he had loved as a sister, must have been just the same as losing a blood relative.
ジョージ、シャノンちゃんはきっと、ありがとう言うてるぞ。お前に、恥ずかしいところを見られとうなかったんや。きっと、お前が耐えてくれたこと、感謝しとるで。
わかってる。わかってるよ、父さん。わかってるよ。
George leaned against the outside wall of the storehouse, crouching down limply.
父さん、頼みがあるんだ。
なんや。
僕の代わりに見てほしいんだ。シャノンは指に指輪をつけてるかな？
指輪？ちょいと見てみる。
Oh shit. I wish you could get rid of the box here. Hideyoshi crouched down. As he did, again and silently pointed to one of Shannon's hands. Is that him standing behind?
ああ、あるで。こりゃ、ダイヤの指輪や。クズダイヤとちゃう。なかなかの値打ちもんや。
それは、どっちの手の、どの指にあるのかな。
と、左手の薬指や。そっか。シャノンちゃん、婚約しとったんか。
ジョージ、あなた、まさか。
エヴァ、今はそんなん関係ないで。シャノンちゃんは男に将来を約束されとったんや。一生を幸せにしちゃると男に言わせたんや。それが誰かは問題とちゃうで。男にそこまで言わしめて。女の本懐やないか。いつこの指輪をもらったんかは知らん。誰が渡したかも知らん。だが、それでも、シャノンちゃんは指輪をもらえたんや。そして、それを受け入れ、左の薬指に通したんや。指輪を送った男も、きっと喜んだんとちゃうか
？Oh man, this is fucking depressing, man. Oh shit. To most of the people there, Hideyoshi was simply disturbed by this extraordinary situation and was blurting out nonsense. However, someone who knew of George and Shannon's true relationship would understand the full meaning of those words.
そっか。ありがとう、父さん。
George stood up. The traces of tears still streaked his face, but his expression had returned to its usual calm one.
行こう。バトラー君、ジェシカちゃん。これ以上、僕たちがここにいると、大人の邪魔になる。
そうだな。
Jessica sniffled once, showing her face to her mother, who had been holding her the whole time, to let her know she was okay now. Oh no! Wait. Okay, so this, I'm sorry to cut off right here, but major breakthrough in my mind right now. I don't know if I'm accurate, but let me just say it. Okay, so the substance that was on the shutter door just now was the same kind of substance that was on Natsui's door, right? So whoever it is was trying to get into the room, but it was locked, first off, but also warded off with a charm. So whoever did this couldn't get in. So who is supposed to be the substitute? Maybe it was Shannon. So it was originally supposed to be Natsui, but Shannon took her place. Oh, what if that... Oh, fuck. Dude. Fuck. If I'm right, if I'm fucking right, this shit, oh my god, I am so fucking good at predicting shit. Please don't tell me. Don't tell me in the comments. Don't even hint it. Please, I want to find out for myself if it ever comes to light. I'm hoping it does, because it's a mystery fucking thing, so... Answers, come on. But still. Oh, if I'm fucking right, man. Oh, shit. Anyway, sorry. When she faced George again, she once again had on her usual expression. Although she still couldn't smile. Bachelor kept on crouching in front of his parents' bodies.
すまねえな。がっつり泣いたら落ち着いたぜ。親父の野郎。普段はクソクソ言ってるくせに。ちょっと死んじまったくらいでピーピー泣くんじゃねえぜって。 ってやがら。仕方ねえだろ。親が死んだら泣くように遺伝子すり込まれちまってたからよ。
Bachelor's face was still bright red from the tears, but he had at least recovered enough to fake a smile, if only a bitter one.
カノン、お前もこれ以上ここにいてはいけません。子供たちを連れてお屋敷に戻っていなさい。
Natsui had been standing there under the rain this whole time, unable to take a step into the storehouse. Maybe she had her own way of grieving, different from Bachelor's. Realizing that she had to take on a role of responsibility now that her husband was dead, she gave Kenon those orders.
はい、奥様。
Kenon rose silently and turned to face me. His face was pure white, almost as though his own heart had died along with Shannon. And there was no life in his expression. On an ordinary day, if he had been told to guide the children through the beautiful rose garden, Kenon might have led the way, but now there was no distinction between Kenon and the children. They were now just kids, of about the same age, suffering the pain of losing those close to them. After making sure the children were leaving, Natsui started giving orders to Genji.
genji、すぐに警察に連絡しなさい。台風が通り過ぎるまでは来られないでしょうが、どうすればいいか指示を与えてくれるはずです。
わかりました。防災用の無線機がありますので、それで連絡します。
When she heard that, Natsui remembered. That's right, the phones were out today, weren't they? However, they also had a radio, since they couldn't necessarily rely on phones all the time while living on an isolated island. At any rate, they should start by contacting the police and receiving their instructions. Everything else could wait.
ナチョ先生、もうこの場はどうしようもありませんか。
Sorry.
残念ながら。
This is what she said. God damn it. My finger gets me into trouble. I swear to God.
私には何もできませんな。
わかりました。
Yeah. Every doctor has a different field that they specialize in. They're not specialized in everything. So, understood.
ゲンジ、せめて主人たちの顔を何かで覆ってやることはできませんか。このような姿を晒すことは当人にとっても屈辱的でしょうから。
はい。
Genji picked up several dried-up towels from inside the storehouse. When Eva stopped him with a shrill voice.
ちょっとちょっと、お待ちなさいよ。
What the fuck's the problem?
ここは犯行現場なんでしょ。なら変に手を加えちゃダメよ。私たちは混乱してて現場に土足で踏み入っちゃったけど、それはきっと警察の捜査の邪魔になったわよ。
Yes, and we'll tell them that. And we'll also tell them that we took towels. But towels have nothing to do with their dead bodies. I mean, unless... okay, whatever. Natsui glared at Eva, offended. Objectively speaking, Eva was right. Even so, she glared at Eva as though accusing her of refusing to do those tragic corpses, which had been humiliated even after death. The simple kindness of covering their faces. However, Eva had spoken both calmly and correctly. This horrible situation definitely wasn't an accident. It was a crime. Someone had killed them. It was a murder case. So they needed to be careful to avoid disturbing the site any further. they had to do what little they could to aid the police, preserving clues that might help catch the detestable culprits.
私もエヴァさんに賛成ですな。警察が来るまでここは手をつけずにしておくべきです。
奥様、いかがなさいますか？
そうですね。わかりました。
ああ。
ここを閉ざしなさい。それから念のためここに別の施錠をするように。
別の施錠？
ええ、ここに来た時シャッターの鍵は閉じていました。ということはシャッターの鍵を使い犯人が施錠したということです。
確かに通りや。じゃあここを開けた限り犯人の指紋が残ってるんとちゃうんか。
Could be.
警察に証拠として提出する価値はあるでしょうけど、カノン君が普通に持ってここを開けるのに使用しちゃったわ。
Wait, does Ring wash that shit off? Pretty sure it does. Yeah. So actually it doesn't really matter now, right? So.
多分カノン君の指紋も付着しちゃってるわよ。
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, why are you trying to single out Canon right now? I mean, I know he was the... Oh, well, he was the first one to open it. But that was under your instructions. I mean, come on.
そしてその鍵はさっき源氏さんに手渡され、源氏さんも素手で受け取ってる。
God.
大した証拠にはなりそうにないわね。
Yeah, nothing here can be actually used.
それは不用心でした。
It's fine.
申し訳ございません。
Didn't know there was fucking bodies in there, so.
源氏さん、この倉庫の鍵は他にもあるんか？
Oh, good point.
いいえ。
No?
この一つだけです。
ということは、犯人はその鍵を使用人室から持ち出し、そして律儀に元の場所に戻したちゅうことになるな。
I guess so. Hideyoshi's theory sounded plausible, but was actually very strange if you thought about it. Why would they go to all the trouble of returning a key they stole? No, if you think about it even more deeply, there are some points that are even more bizarre. When a criminal hides a body, they're usually trying to delay the point at which it'll be found, so they can use that time to escape. The six weren't necessarily killed here, but it was reasonable to assume that they were killed somewhere on this island, carried to this storehouse and hidden to delay the discovery of the crime. And yet, the eerie magic circle scribbled on the storehouse shutter had eloquently indicated the location of hidden corpses. Surely it didn't explicitly mention the corpses, but 6 people had gone missing. In that situation, someone had made such an obvious piece of graffiti and even returned the key to the shutter. Almost as though they wanted the corpses here to be discovered.
とにかく一度は犯人が開け閉めをした施錠だけでは信用できません。犯人の手からもこの場所を保護する意味で施錠を新たにしたいと言っているのです。
いい案だと思います。私も賛成です。
Genji fished around inside the storehouse and unsealed a brand new padlock that had been inside a small box.
鍵はどうなさいますか？
私が持ちましょう。責任を持って警察に手渡します。
Natsui took the key to the padlock from Genji's hand. After that, they all exited and lowered the shutter. And so the corpses were once again sealed behind the shutter, which was still covered with that creepy magic circle, which I don't see on the screen, but okay, that's fine. Genji crouched down in front of the shutter to fasten the new padlock. Shutters often have a place in front where you can attach your own lock, in addition to the main lock of the shutter. This was one of those types. In the midst of the roar of thunder and pouring rain, the storehouse stood there, ominously. With its closed shutter still covered in a blood-like creepy substance, it swallowed up the bodies of the 6. To Natsui, putting the new lock on wasn't mainly to preserve the scene of the police, for the police. She might have felt like she wanted to shut that mouth for all eternity. What the fuck? Okay. To prevent that eerie beast from swallowing up any more victims.
さあ、行きましょう、皆さん。南條先生、ご足労をありがとうございました。源氏は急いで警察に連絡を。
戻りましたらすぐに連絡します。
The adults left the storehouse. There it is. The ghastly magic circle drawn on the shutter kept the 6 bodies in its throat, looming eerily as the lightning occasionally lit it up. Spooky! How dare you! Alright. Oh shit. Okay. Only a few minutes later. Oh, what is gonna happen now? Oh shit, Maria's gonna lose her shit. Ray, more loud shrieks and yellings and oh my god, tantrums all day, every day. Fantastic. I paused the recording for a while, and I went to go save the game, when I noticed quite a something. Okay, so apparently when they die, their portraits, I guess you can call them, get red and oh wait, oh shit, wait, oh, that's interesting. Because if you remember, some of them have only gotten half of their faces, like, demolished and shit, you know? So that's pretty cool. Shannon, she was explained to have only half her face demolished. As well as Cross, I believe. Alright. And both of these two had completely been annihilated. Including Rosa and Goda. Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, entirely Goda's face. Anyway, that's pretty cool and interesting. Oh, wow. It's kind of weird blood splatter pattern there, but okay, cool. That's actually pretty cool. Neat. Alright. Anyway. Sorry, I thought that would actually be pretty cool, and it is. To me, anyway. To all of you, I'm probably just being a moron. Anyway, all that could be heard was the sound of the rain, the voices from the kids' TV program Maria was watching, and the engrossed Maria's cackling voice. In other words, what greeted them as they returned dumbfounded from that horrible, bizarre scene was the voice of Maria as she rolled around laughing at the TV. Ha ha ha. Oh, fuck. Who the fuck's gonna tell her? Oh, no. Those who returned to the room didn't know how to explain to Maria that her mother was dead, and were trapped by a suffocating silence. At first, Maria returned to their stares with a dubious look. But when she realized they weren't trying to blame her for anything, she ignored them and again immersed herself in the TV program. The children wordlessly sat down, heavily on the sofa. Their minds were probably blank from their state of shock. Everyone had already cried and mourned so much, but now they just vaguely sat there, their faces seeming to have lost all emotion. Only Kanon had returned to his usual calm expression. However, that probably didn't mean he'd been able to wipe out the shock. Nothing was reflected in his eyes as he stared into empty space. Hideyoshi kept on fidgeting, and every time he remembered that horrible scene, he started muttering about how he couldn't believe it, how it couldn't have been something from this world, how it must have been the work of demons. Every now and then, his mutterings produced a question directed at Nanjo. By the way, in the last episode, I believe it was, someone pointed out my, the way I pronounced Kinzo's name, how I pronounced him as like Kinzo. I don't know how to properly actually pronounce his name, okay? So please give me some slack. I'm not good with Japanese names or English words, apparently. Anyway. Okay, where did I leave off? But the latter kept repeating in calm, doctor-like manner that nothing could be understood by only glancing at the scene, and that until the police arrived, they wouldn't learn anything. However, Nanjo only appeared calm next to Hideyoshi, who simply couldn't suppress his agitation and fear. In fact, Nanjo had also received a huge shock, and his face was a deathly pale. Maybe that atmosphere was why she tried to rise to the challenge and take charge. Natsui appeared to be unchanged from her normal attitude, and she briskly gave directions. I don't really think he would care, honestly. I mean, he actually knew this was going to happen, so yeah, he's just going to be unfazed.
かしこまりました。
私も一緒させていただいていいかしら、夏日姉さん。
Is it pronounced Kinzo then? Not Kinzao? I don't know.
クラウス兄さんがいなくなった以上、
I'll leave it for later.
お父様の補佐は私の仕事だもの。その私が夏日姉さんに任せっきりで、ここでくつろいでいるわけにはいかないわ。
Natsui was struck speechless by Eva's aggressive move in a situation like this. She seemed to be claiming that, with Cross dead, the one to take responsibility shouldn't be his wife, but herself, the next highly ranked in the family. Or maybe she hadn't been at all happy when Natsui took command without reference to her in such an extreme situation. However, even Eva's mind had been blank from shock until a moment ago. She only came to her senses after Natsui started giving orders. Natsui started walking without saying a word more. Eva followed behind her. As they did, Kumasawa ran into the parlor. She usually wasn't the kind of person to run around, so under normal conditions, most people would have taken her entrance as sign that something was the matter. But because everyone was still stricken with shock, they hardly even noticed her.
奥様夏日姉さんならお父さんのところへ行ったで。すぐ戻ってくるやろ。
What now?
どないしたんや、熊沢さん。
それが食堂に血が。
Well, shit. The ears of everyone in the parlor twitched. Everyone thought the same thing. I hope I misheard that. Any container can only hold so much, and no one here would be capable of handling yet another tragedy. So they all thought it. I hope I misheard that.
なんやて？食堂？
朝食の準備に食堂に配膳に行ったら。
The first one to start running was George. His harsh footsteps jogged Hideyoshi and Nanjo to their senses, and they chased after him. Battler and the others followed. Sorry. They flew into the dining hall one after another, but they didn't find any change that might have caused Kumasawa to go pale. To those who had viewed that gruesome scene in the storehouse, it was a bit of an anticlimax. However, Kumasawa, who had followed them, pointed it out. There really were some traces of blood remaining on the floor. Compared to that terrible scene, it wasn't very impressive. However, if you calmly thought about it, this definitely indicated the loss of the lot of blood. So this is where it happened?
ここにも血だまりがあるよ。
Looks like it.
これは一体。
だいぶ時間が経っているように見えますな。おそらく昨べここで殺されたんだと見ていいでしょう。
そういうことになるんやろな。わしらは昨べずっと食堂で話し合いをしとった。そしてここに何者かが押し入ったに違いない。
父さんたちが打ち合わせを抜けて休んだのは何時だっけ？
昨夜の24時を少し過ぎたくらいの頃や。だからその後にと考えるんが妥当やろな。
マジかよ。勘弁してくれよ。
お嬢様、しっかり。
俺はもうさっきの倉庫でこの世の地獄ってやつを拝んじまったから、今さらこのくらいじゃ答えねえぜ。
そうかよ。よかったな。私は頭がどうにかなっちまいそうだぜ。ここは食堂だぜ。私が毎日ここで食事をして、学校のことをぼやいたり、宿題のことをぼやいたり、親父に学校の成績の話をされたり、そういうところなんだぜ。
お嬢様、これ以上ここにいるのはよくありません。100万へ戻りましょう。
俺も同感さ。秀吉おじさん、この部屋は多分警察にとって重要な意味があると思います。俺たちが踏み荒らしちまうのはまずいんじゃないですか。
Bantler proposed this in a slightly firm voice as, along with Kanon, he grabbed the pale and shaking Jessica's shoulders.
バトラさんの言う通りですな。この部屋にこれ以上好んで居続けることはありますまい。
Nanjo spoke while looking at everyone's pale faces. Even though that horrible scene in the storehouse felt like something not of this world, at least then we would have been able to leave, to cut ourselves off from that place and run away. Everyone had shared in that feeling. However, this dining hall was different. It was in the mansion, the main building on this estate. And as Jessica had said, It should have been one of the most calming places even inside the mansion. It was where all the relatives had eaten lunch and dinner yesterday. The shock of seeing this place smeared with blood reminded us of that horrible spectacle in the storehouse, and forced us to accept that we hadn't really been able to run away from the scene of that tragedy.
わしも同感や。この部屋には犯人の痕跡が残ってるかもわからんしな。素人のわしらがかき回すべきとちゃうで。はよ出るんや。はよはよ。
Hideyoshi also understood the meaning of what Butler said, and pushed everyone to hurry out of the dining hall. The way we were then, looking at that blood any longer would have been too harsh. Nobody went against his words. Everyone raced each other out of the dining hall. It was almost as though the last person in this room would be trapped in there, all alone. Oofa. Once in the hallway, we lent a hand to Kumasawa-san, who was still trembling and leaning against the wall, and we all headed back to the parlor together. Then, Genji returned.
お、源氏さん、警察に連絡はつきましたか？
それが申し訳ございません。
Is it frozen? What the fuck?
無線機の故障か、それ以外の理由によるものかわかりませんが。
なんや、警察に連絡がつかんのか。電話も無線もどっちもダメなんか。
申し訳ございません。月曜の朝に船が来ることになっていますので、その船の通信機を借りることができると思います。
この島には船はないんか。新島の警察署までちょっくら行ってくることはできんのか。
秀吉さん、この天気では無理だ。少なくとも台風が通り過ぎるまではどうにもなりません。
クラウス様のボートは今修理中で島にございません。ですので月曜の船を待つほかないかと。
そんなアホな話があるか。6人も死んだんやで。そして電話も無線も通じず船もない。台風が過ぎて船が来るまで、つまり明日の朝までわしらは警察にも連絡できず、この島におれっちゅうことなんか。
ってことはつまり俺たちだけじゃなくおじさんたちを殺した犯人もこの島から出られず足止めってことだな。
そういうことになる、
ね。God damn it. It happened again. Oh, that's what he said, but the criminal who killed everyone is also confined to this island. Yes. Alright.
みんなを殺した犯人はまだこの島にいる。
親父たちを殺した奴はこの島から逃げ出せずまだ潜んでやがるってことかよ。
Alright, let's go ahead. Start suspecting everyone.
くそ見つけ出してやるぜ。警察になんか引き渡すもんか。私がこの手でやっ先にしてやる。
Oh, damn. Maria had finally realized that something odd was happening in the parlor. Rather than noticing something odd, it was probably better to say that she felt unhappy and neglected, since everyone was getting so excited about something only she didn't know about. This isn't a good kind of excited, though. This is, oh god, children are stupid. I was once a child too, and yes, I was majorly fucking stupid. You wouldn't believe.
おー、ジェシカお姉ちゃん、誰か死んじゃったの？
The way she spoke was completely calm, just as though she was talking about someone who had appeared on a television drama, as though it was someone else's problem. Jessica probably didn't like that. As though trying to say, "Can't you tell just by looking at me?" Overwhelmed with grief, she flared up at Maria. Oh god.
死んじまったぜ、みんな。私の親父も、パトラの父さんと母さんも、コーダさんもシャノンも。
Don't wanna go say Rosa's name, you don't wanna. Don't do it.
そしてマリアの母さんも。
Okay, fucking Christ. Jessica, why?
よすんだジェシカちゃん、悲しいのは君だけじゃない。
マリアさん、ショックだろうが聞いてください。あなたのお母さんがな、死んでしまいました。
ママが死んじゃった？
Why is she saying it like that? With that expression, it's like she doesn't give a fuck. Oh my god. Did it like a did a fucking flip switch or something? Like what the fuck is this shit? Oh lordy lord. Okay.
おー。
Yeah, ooh.
ああ、誰かに殺されちまった。悲しいだろうがよ。心をしっかり。
I don't know. It doesn't even look like she's gonna get sad. You know what I'm saying?
何人？
She's so fucking calm. What the fuck is this shit? It's actually creeping me out. The fuck?
死んじゃった？
6人だぜ、6人だ。くそあんな残酷なことしやがって。踊ってもんがあるだろうがよ、人間ならよ。誰だか知らねえが、犯人は人間じゃねえぜ。血の色が赤いわけがねえ。
I don't like this. I don't like this, okay? In horror movies and games, children shouldn't be allowed, okay? It fucking creeps me out. God fucking damn it. Children are like fucking demons, man. They're demonic little bastards. Why?
犯人は人間じゃない。
Don't you fucking...
鍵が選んだ。
Wait, what?
生贄なだけ。
Why are they blocked? Why are they blocking off the actual words? I know what it's saying. It's just the 6 chosen by the key. Because I remember that from the epitaph. But still, why is it blocked off like that? I mean, is it supposed to be blocked off so that you, the reader, and the audience can like figure it out yourselves? In that case, that's actually kind of stupid. I don't really like that. I mean, it's obvious you're gonna figure out just by saying it. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Whatever.
おい、マリア。今、なんて言った？
Maria had just said something, but since the words were so remotely separated from the flow and context of the conversation, I couldn't understand them for a second. When I tried to ask her to repeat it again, I was shocked by the sudden sound of Aunt Natsui's loud voice coming from the entrance to the parlor. It looked like Aunt Natsui and Aunt Ava had returned from their trip to see grandfather.
無線でも連絡できない？こんな時に使えなくて何のための防災無線ですか？
申し訳ございません。毎年保守点検はさせているはずなのですが。
ほら、光をチカチカさせるみたいな船舶信号ってあるじゃない？そういうので向こうの島に連絡することはできないのかしら？
そのような設備はございません。 申し訳ございません。
Just then, Kumasawa-san arrived, pushing a serving cart loaded with breakfast. Since there was no way we'd be able to eat in the dining hall, Hideyoshi had ordered her to take it to the parlor.
なぜ朝食をこちらに?
Oh shit, she doesn't know. Oh well. Anyone? Anyone want to break the news?
ああ、夏日さん、それは後で話す。それよりエヴァ、お父さんはどうなんや？
ご一緒でないところを見ると、このような事態になっても部屋から出ませんか。
いないわ。部屋は空っぽだったのよ。
Oh, fuck. Wait, what? Oh, he's moving about. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Drip, drip.
なんやて？
What the fuck? What kind of satanic plague music is this?
こんな時にどこ行ったんや？
親方様が書斎を出られたというのですか？
Everyone hunt him down. Kill him.
そうです。私も驚いています。いつの間に部屋を出たのやら。あなたたちに心当たりはないのですか？
Natsui looked at Genji and Kenon as she said this. Maybe she was trying to ask whether the servants who served directly under the Wind-Winged Eagle knew of a place he might go. However, it was probably the other way around. Their faces made it clear that those who knew Kinzo best realized even more wait, what? Okay, I confused myself, I'm so sorry. Realized even more than the rest how impossible it was for him to leave his room.
僕たちにも見当がつきません。
ご存知の通り、親方様はあの書斎の中に、お休みの場所からご不浄まで全てを設けさせました。
Okay, so why did he leave?
親方様があの部屋をお出になることなど、よっぽどのことがない限り。
Unless there's a much safer place for him that no one knows about.
となると、なんや？そのよっぽどのことがあったって考えるのが自然だっちゅうことになるんか。
まだそうと決まったわけではありません。とにかく気まぐれな方ですから、現状をご存知なくお一人で散歩をされている可能性もあります。仮にそうだとしたら、一刻も早く現状をお知らせしてご指示を仰がねばなりません。
そうね。考えたくはないけど、お父様の身に何かあったのかもしれないしね。
そのような不吉なことは考えたくもありません。
No one had seen Kinzo since the discovery of those 6 terrible corpses. On top of that, the phones were broken, the radio wouldn't reach anyone, and there was no way to contact the police. Apparently, the typhoon would leave tomorrow and a boat would come. But until then, no one could rely on anyone outside the island, nor could they escape the island. The tragedy had hit everyone so abruptly that they'd lost all their composure. Everyone felt a heavy silence. Everyone was impatient. Even though they needed to do something, they couldn't think of anything. So some of them held their heads in their arms while others got irritated. Right now, no one could explain what was occurring on this island, Rokkenjima. Okay. After that, we ate the breakfast Kumasawa-san had made, which felt dry and tasteless. Of course, this was right after something like that had happened. No one felt particularly hungry. However, we understood logically that not eating would weaken our bodies. It would also be rude to Kumasawa-san, who had made the breakfast. Kumasawa-san had taken some unusual Western vegetables, ones that Goda-san had probably ordered for his ultra-elaborate meals, and cooked them in a Japanese style, which made them turn an unpleasant color. As to what Goda-san had been planning to cook with those ingredients, right then I couldn't even imagine it. If I did think about it, I'd be reminded of the way Goda-san died, and a sour taste would fill the inside of my mouth. Everyone pretended to eat, for the time being, but of course no one made such progress. Then we began pooling our knowledge of our current situation. First off, 6 people, which included Uncle Cross, my dad, Kairi-san, Aunt Rosa, Goda-san, and Shannon-chan, had been found in the Rose Garden storehouse as brutally mutilated corpses. And yet, we still couldn't contact the police, since both the phones and the radio were unusable. So until the typhoon passed, there was nothing we could do. Furthermore, Grandfather, who we might have hoped would be able to show a little leadership in this kind of situation, had disappeared some time ago. Goda-san hadn't made breakfast, so Grandfather's stomach must have been empty. And if he had just been taking a usual walk, we should have been able to hear him whining about how hungry he was by now. And despite that, he hadn't appeared. There was more than a small chance that he'd gotten caught up in this crime. According to my aunts, on their way back from Kinzo's study, they'd searched for him, calling out on every floor, but were unable to find him. Considering the timing of it all, it's only reasonable to assume that this disappearance had something to do with the crime. We figured Dad and the rest were probably killed in the dining hall, and then painstakingly moved to the storehouse. So maybe Grandfather has already been killed, and dragged to some strange place, which we simply haven't discovered yet. No one actually said it out loud, but this theory seemed extremely convincing.
私たちはお屋敷の戸締まりを確認してきます。お父様も念入りに探さなければなりません。子供たちはこの部屋を出ないように。エヴァさんと秀吉さんは申し訳ありませんが、ここで子供たちと一緒にいてください。南條先生もお願いいたします。
わかりました。ここでお待ちしています。
Aunt Natsui followed the servants, Genchi-san, Kumasawa-san, and Kanon-kun, out of the parlor. All that was left was Aunt Eva, Uncle Hideyoshi, Dr. Nanjo, and the 4 of us children, a total of 7 people.
みんなで仲良くテレビでも見て待ってよな。しかし日曜日の午前中はろくな番組やっとらへんな。
Uncle Hideyoshi started acting cheerfully, trying to brighten up this gloomy atmosphere.
ろくな番組見る。
お、そうか。マリアちゃんはテレビ見るか。じゃ、おじさんと一緒に見ような。
Maria was the only one who joined in. Even though Maria had been told of her mother's death, she didn't show the slightest flicker in her emotions. Was it really normal for a 9-year-old girl like Maria to act so much like a very young child? Everyone else's mood failed to improve, and they each sank absent-mindedly into their sofas.
兄貴、聞いていいか？
なんだい？
さっき倉庫で。兄貴は、シャノンちゃんの指輪の話をしたよな。あれ、送ったのは、兄貴か？
George Aniki didn't answer, but he hung his head and closed both his eyes. There could be no clear response.
よせよパトラ、少しは察しろよ。
だな、悪いことを聞いたぜ。
そうさ、僕だよ。彼女に昨べ求婚したんだ。その時指輪を渡した。明日になったらそれを好きな指にはめて返事としてくれって気ざったらしいことを言ってね。
And that ring had been on the ring finger of Shannon-chan's left hand.
私さ、数年前からシャドンに相談を受けてたぜ。ジョージ兄さんのことでさ。
Aww.
なんて言ってたのかな。
シャノンは嘘をつくのが下手だったからよ。ジョージ兄さんのことを言ってるのはすぐにバレバレでさ。自分は使用人の身分だけど親しくしてもいいのだろうかとか、男の人の好きそうなものは何かとか、どういう服を着たら喜ぶかとか、そんなことをいろいろとさ。なんつうのか、そのまあ焼けたぜ。
それが婚約指輪を渡されておしまいかよ。
価値観は人それぞれだけどよ、男から求婚されるってのは人生の到達点なんだと思うんだよ。だからきっと昨夜のシャノンは心の底から、いや生まれてから今までの中で一番幸せだったと思うぜ。
George Aniki sighed deeply, without raising his head. Or maybe tears had risen to his eyes.
シャノンは昨べゲストハウスの当番だったらしいんだ。でもシャノンは僕と一緒にゲストハウスに帰るのを恥ずかしがってお屋敷に行ってしまった。
シャノンの気持ちを察しろよ。婚約指輪をもらえばどんなに予告されてたって普通は舞い上がっちまって頭は真っ白になっちまうぜ。気恥ずかしくて仕方なかったんだろうよ。
それでシャノンは当番でないはずのお屋敷へ行き、そこで郷田さんの仕事を手伝い事件に巻き込まれてしまった。僕があの日あの場所で指輪なんか渡さなければシャノンはサヨは事件に巻き込まれなかったんだ。
兄貴、それだけは違うぜ。断じて違う。だから、それ以上泣くんじゃねえ。
バトラ君、そっとしてあげなさい。
After Aunt Ava said that, I stopped talking to him. Misplaced words of comfort might actually do more harm than good. Jessica sat down next to Aniki and put an arm around him. Maybe only Jessica, who had known about Aniki and Shannon's love since the beginning, and who had even discussed that relationship with Shannon, could comfort Aniki right now. I went over to Aunt Ava and sat down on the opposite sofa.
バトラ君は強いわね。もうだいぶしっかりしているように見えるわよ。
まあ、ほら、愛の深さが傷の深さじゃないっすか。俺は別に、あんなクソ親父、同志の方が知ったことじゃないし。キリエさんは気の毒ですが、まあ、本当の親ってわけじゃないですしね。
あら、という割にはさっきすっごく大泣きしてたわよ。
まあ、育ての親に対する恩は、あのくらい泣けば OK かと思いまして。
そのあたりの切り替えの速さやドライなあたりは本当にルドルフ譲りね。あの子は昔から激しく喜んだり悲しんだり怒ったりしたけれど、すぐにケロリと平静を取り戻したわ。
そんなことはないっすよ。俺だってまだまだ心のショックから立ち直れちゃいません。ただ俺がみんなと違うのは、それによってどういう感情が生み出されるかってことだと思います。
どういうこと？
I've been acting much calmer than George, Aniki, and Jessica. That wasn't because my sadness was any less intense, or because I'd already recovered. My sadness was simply getting replaced gradually with a different emotion.
悲しいっていうよりは、腹立たしいって気持ちなんすよ。どこのドイツがこんなことをしやがったのか。横っ面に一発お見舞いしてやらないことには腹の虫が収まらねえんです。
That was what I really wanted to do. I couldn't forgive myself if I just sat there, overwhelmed with sadness and hugging my knees.
親父たちが殺されて以降、この島は台風に包まれたままです。つまりこれだけの上等を決めてくれやがった野郎はまだこの島の中にいるってことです。
そういうことになるわね。今も暗い森のどこかに身を潜めているのかしら。
I felt like I'd had a very similar conversation with Kairi-sen the night before. That's right. After the letter from the person claiming to be Beatrice appeared at the dinner table last night, we talked about whether or not a 19th person actually exists.
エヴァおばさん、この殺人、昨夜のベアトリーチェの手紙と何か関連があるんでしょうかね。
ああ、例の？さあ、どうかしらね。あの手紙はお父様が遺産問題に絡みたくて出した怪文書という見方で兄弟は一致したんだけれども、それと今朝の事件に関係があるかは今の段階では分かりかねるわね。
あの手紙、本当にベアトリーチェなんて魔女がマリアに渡したんすかね。
まさか。全部お父様の仕組んだ茶番でしょ。 シャノンちゃんあたりに肖像画のドレスを着させてマリアちゃんを騙したんでしょ。お父様らしい手の込みすぎたいたずらだと思うけど。
ゆうべキリエさんとベアトリーチェは実在するんだろうかって話をしたんですけど、キリエさんも俺たち18人の中にベアトリーチェがいるだろうと言ってましたね。
そんなの当然じゃない。この島には私たちしかいないのよ。なら私たちの中の誰かがベアトリーチェを語ったに決まってるじゃない。
この島には俺たち以外はいないすか。
当然でしょ。私たち以外の誰がここにいるっていうの？この島には私たちしかいない。18人しかいない。ならベアトリーチェを語るのも18人の中の誰かしかいないじゃない。
Garrison denied the existence of a 19th person by spinning the chessboard around. Even though Aunt Ava couldn't construct it in a oh, sorry. Slip of the old... What's the phrasing? Whatever. Even though Aunt Ava hadn't constructed an argument. There we go. That's complicated. Her opinion at least was the same. Except, if that's the case, our situation starts to look very ugly. At the time of Beatrice's letter, the whole thing could be passed off as a prank set up by someone or another. However, if we're assuming there's no 19th person, we can't ignore this anymore. In other words...
19人目がいないなら、親父たちを殺した犯人も18人の中にいるってことになっちまうじゃないですか。
Well, not 18 anymore, just saying there's 12 now.
つまり、今この屋敷にいる誰かが殺したってことになる。
Aunt Ava smiled meaningfully. It looked like she thought this conclusion should have been obvious from the very beginning.
犯人は倉庫の中に6人の遺体を運び込んだわ。でも、よく倉庫の中に運び込めたわよね。
Well, they sure did have plenty of time.
あのシャッターは常に閉められていて、施錠されていたそうよ。つまり、倉庫内に運び込むにはシャッターの施錠を開ける必要があった。
Right.
わかる？
たまたまその日、シャッターが開けっぱなしになってた可能性は？
使用人たちは常に閉めていると言ってたわ。つまり、鍵を使用人室から持ち出さなくては倉庫は絶対に開けられない。
鍵は使用人室の一つしかないんすかね。
源氏さんはそうだと言ってるわ。
True, but someone can always steal the keys temporarily. Make a little fold out of wax, press the key into the wax, and go into town with that said folded wax, and make a copy of said key. So? Right. Anyone could make a copy. Just saying.
ということは、犯人はそのたった一つの倉庫の鍵のありかを知っていて持ち出した。さっき、カノン君が使用人室に鍵を戻すところを見たわ。壁にびっしりと鍵がかけられていて、とても素人にはどこに何がかけてあるのかわからなかった。
So if this is truly the only key, then the one who actually took the key is someone who actually knows which key it is and chose out of the many that were, you know, on that wall. So whoever's familiar with the wall of keys. Alright.
犯人はその中から倉庫の鍵を見事選び出したの。
Right.
しかも札も何もついていない鍵を手にして バラ庭園裏にある倉庫の鍵だと理解した。ついでに言うと、倉庫の場所すら理解していた。
Right?
もっとはっきり断言するわ。
So you're saying a servant could have done this?
犯人は使用人室の内部にも熟知している。
Her argument was extremely plain and clear. If the bodies had been found thrown somewhere in the bushes of the rose garden, there wouldn't have been much to go on. However, if there was only one key to the storehouse in the servant room, and it was stored with such a large group of keys, a novice would not be able to tell them apart. This meant the culprit was someone who went into the servant room a lot and was familiar with the location of the keys. The family members didn't normally go into the servant room, which meant that...
ってことは
Which means that what?
使用人の誰かが
Dun dun dun.
犯人。
悪いけど、それ以上はおばさんも言えないわよ。
I mean, I kind of would think that someone like Ava with her personality would throw the servants under the bus and try to, you know, make them out as the culprits behind everything in this, and yeah. But, I don't know, it is good logic though. It is damn good logic.
でも、一つだけ教えられることがあるわ。
Yeah.
なんすか
Oh.
犯人たちは複数で、そして十分な武装をしていたと考えられるわ。
Why do you say this?
だってそうでしょ。食堂にいた兄さんたち4人を一度に襲って殺し、合計6人分の遺体をようようとバラ庭園の向こうの倉庫まで運んで、悪趣味な化粧と落書きを施している。
Well, let's go ahead and actually say that what if they weren't all in that one room? Alright? Shannon, for example, was not in that room, so we can cross her off. Now, Bachelor's father and Kairi's son probably were in their room, right? I don't know. They're probably going to discuss where they were at a later point in time. Anyway. Oh. Okay. So, oh god, it's also red. What the fuck? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's creepy. Okay, so that's what she all said, and that's what... Okay, yep.
これだけのことを単独犯で行えるはずもないでしょ。
It made sense. It probably would have been possible for a single person with enough time, but it would take so incredibly long. Alright. I just had to pause again. I'm so sorry. So, did I read this already? I don't know. I don't know if I read this or did I... okay, you know what? You all had time to read it, I'm sure. I don't know. It was probably safe to assume that a significant fucking say the word cynical. Anyway, number of people were involved. I broke down, I'm sorry.
ひゅーってことはエヴァおばさんは使用人の人たちがみんなグルだろって言ってんすか
They're in cahoots.
静かになさいな。憶測で言っちゃ悪いわよ。
Don't listen to her. Don't. She's clearly trying to, like, stir shit up. And I just don't like it. I don't like her tone of voice. Neither as her playing Eva or fucking talking to herself. The voice actor is so good that I can't. I just fucking can't. I hate them both. I hate both characters, Takano and now Eva. What the fuck? The way, man, the way oh, what?
それにもし本当にそうだったらどうするつもり?
All I'm gonna say right now, and then I'll be done, is that the voice actors are fucking amazing. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
彼らは私たちを生かして返さないでしょうね。
I'm still liking this very much. I lied.
しかも兄さんたち4人をやすやすと殺した相手なのよ。
Holy shit, you guys! I thought I saw someone standing in my corner. What the fuck? Holy God! I almost shit my pants.
今この部屋に残って
Wait, am I wearing pants?
まともに戦えそうな人間はうちの家族の3人にせいぜいバトラ君で4人ってところ。
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. You don't know. What?
状況は昨晩と何も変わらない。
I'm adored.
つまり犯人にとって残る私たちを皆殺しにするなんて簡単なことなのよ。
And if that's the case, why haven't they? I'd been playing detective with Aunt Ava, trying to expose the person who had killed Dad and the rest before the police did. If only I could cleverly penetrate the culprit's identity and stick the proof in their face. I'd been so sure that, just like in one of those detective movies, the culprit would then give up and surrender. However, the culprit would only surrender if there was no way for them to fight back. The culprits behind the crime of this island were far from helpless, and might even be able to massacre all of the remaining people here. And on top of that, this island was like a giant closed room, cut off from the outside world by the typhoon. So they had all day, a full day. I want to say all day, but I don't know. I mean, I think that would be better. Anyway, until tomorrow to kill, to scheme, and camouflage. There we go, not camouflage, themselves. I fucked my ass so hard. What the fuck? I'm so glad that you can read this, and in case I fuck up so bad, and I do, and I did, and I need therapy. Apparently it's speech therapy. In short, it wasn't a safe atmosphere where we could get very far by playing detective. To the contrary, we were at a stage where we had to be scared stiff. Giggity. Since playing detective might displease the culprits and cause them to commit another mass murder.
あくまでも可能性の問題よ。でも私は使用人の人たちをまだ信用できないわね。
Oh, really?
それに私は使用人だけを疑ってるわけじゃないわ。さらに黒幕がいるかもしれないと思ってるわよ。
Oh, you like your missing father, like him?
黒幕？どうしてですか？
勘よ。使用人は書いて字のごとし、誰かに使用されて手足となる存在よ。殺されたのは後宮家の親族ばかり。ならその結果で利害が発生する人間が関わるのは当然。
Why does her voice have to be so fucking low? It's actually hard to hear her over this wacky ass fucking music. What the fuck level is the music on anyway? That's not the options. This is. It's like the second to lowest. God fucking damn it. Blah. Speak up, you fucking bitch. This was also plain and clear. The Ushiromiya family had been right in the middle of discussions about how to distribute the inheritance when grandfather died. if this case followed the standard form of any classic mystery novel. The crime was definitely caused by someone with ties to the Ushiromiya family, and who was involved in the inheritance problem. Aunt Ava had probably read a few books in that genre herself. Her argument may have had a few blind assumptions in it, but it was a standard conclusion that anyone might have reached. I think most people would end up suspecting the servants, even if they used different reasoning to get there. Especially the story about the key to the shutter. That made it very easy to suspect that one of the servants was involved.
だから、なぜか気に入らねえんすよね。
気に入らないって？何の話？
あ、いえいえ、こっちの話っす。
I tried to dodge her question by joking, but I couldn't erase the sense of unease welling up inside me. After all, her conclusion was such an easy one to reach. A conclusion that anyone could reach. And I just couldn't be satisfied with that. If I had tried spinning the chessboard around, like I'd learned from Kairi-san. This was exactly why a servant couldn't possibly be the culprit. If the servants really were the culprits, they wouldn't hide the bodies in a common place connected to themselves. Why on earth would they use the rose garden shed if they were the ones in charge of the key that would unlock it? The police would probably immediately pursue whoever had been in control of the key. It was even possible that some other facts might come to light as a result. The more we think of the servants as the culprits, the less reason they had to carry the bodies into the storehouse. But what if they knew we'd think of that, and put the corpses in the storehouse for that very reason? No, that's completely impossible. When the police come and inspect the scene of the crime, they'll probably be able to uncover many things. No matter how carefully the culprits carried out that murder, some traces will definitely be found. In other words, they had everything to lose and nothing to gain. If you think about it this way and look at this murder game from the culprit's side, it's hard to imagine why they'd want to call attention to the corpses. Once the corpses were found, it could result in someone sending a report to the police, or it might make the remaining people more cautious, or it might make the survivors start to search for the culprit. None of these things would make life any easier for the culprit. It's just like the words of the main character's mother in a novel I read recently, called "Fuck You." I will fucking chop your fucking dick off, alright? Oh my god, what the fuck is this shit? References! Okay. Sorry, I had a little mental breakdown. It's just like the words of the main character's mother in the novel I read recently called Higurashi no Naku Koro. Like, why? Why you bring Higurashi into this? Every story needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember Keiji's mother saying that. I just still hate the fact that why? Isn't this 3 Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Just fuck it. I don't fucking care anymore. I don't give a flying holy honey nanny nitty flocky fuck. I don't fucking care. Shut up! Cynical! Every story needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Eliminating that beginning is essential for the perfect crime. Right now, we don't know where Grandfather is. We don't know if he's already become a victim or if he's one of the culprits. But this state of confusion must be beneficial to the killer. I hope you all liked my mental breakdown. I have those regularly. I'm sorry you had to see that. But if you like to see it, I'm sorry. Or, I'm not sorry. I'm having one again right now. What the fuck am I saying? The culprit... The culprit has absolutely nothing to gain by showing us the bodies in such an obvious way, and making us all realize there's been a murder. In fact, this is the perfect place to spin the chessboard around. In other words, showing us the corpses in such a flashy way must be the culprit's goal in and of itself. So, at the very least, to the culprit, the appearance of 6 corpses there meant more than the deaths themselves. In other words, the culprit wanted this murder on display. To whom? To us. This is a message. The culprit's trying to shove something in our faces. I don't know what it is. At this point in time, this vulgar mass murder isn't making me feel anything except a malice directed onwards towards all of us. I fucked that up. Of course, I mean, what the fuck am I gonna do? I fuck up everything I touch. And everything I love! Malice towards all of us. Is it? Okay. So they got malice towards us. Great, fantastic. Each one of the survivors has some kind of connection to one of the 6 victims. Uncle Cross's death brought Jessica the grief of losing a family member. The deaths of Dad and Kairi-san brought me sorrow, while Aunt Rosa's death brought Maria sorrow. You want to try that again? Because, if I do recall, she was, like, not giving no fucks about her mother's death, okay? You want to replay that scene again where she was only, like, in trance mode or something like that? Huh? You want to try that again? Come on, Battler. Come on. Goto-san's death probably shocked his fellow servants. And Shenan-chan's death brought grief both to George Aniki, who had proposed to her, and Kenan-kun, who had loved her like an older sister. Everyone now on this island has received an equal amount of sadness. Aunt Eva was sure that the servants were in cahoots. But then, how could you explain the deaths of Goto-san and Shenan-chan? At any rate, by this argument, the grief caused by the 6 deaths hit everyone but Aunt Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi. Well. I don't know. Kinda seems like maybe they're the culprits, If you're gonna point fingers, you wanna point them right at yourselves, Anyway. Sorry. Oh, fuck, that made me cough. Even Aunt Eva, who had directed suspicion at the servants and acted as though she herself was beyond suspicion, could not be ruled out as a suspect. Yeah, tell her that, she'll probably be shocked. Oh, gasp! In the first place, she was able to argue that the servants were suspicious by focusing on the shutter's key. But if you look at it from a perspective of motive and who would gain, it would definitely fall on the family members. Aunt Eva's name rises to the top of the list. What?
バトラ君が何を考えてるか、おばさんわかるわよ。
Oh, really? You could read my mind. Alright, bitch. Give it a shot. I don't know why I'm fucking talking like that. I'm so sorry. But if you prefer it that way, maybe I will. What? What?
嫌だな。
Oh no, just fucking blatantly, just fucking say it, bitch. Just fucking say it. I suspect you.
内緒にしててくださいよ。あんなことやこんなことで頭をいっぱいにしてたなんて。
私がこの殺人で一番得をする。どうせ疑われるだろうから、先に自己申告しておくわ。
I'll stop. I tried to dodge the issue by joking around, but apparently it didn't work. She's a witch! She can read my mind! Oh wait, this is not being held in the 1800s, right? Yeah, no, okay. No witches here! Oh, fucking Christ. I'm going to hell. The adherents will be divided as... Okay, yeah.
でも今や4兄弟は私一人。
Right.
後宮家の全財産はすべて私のものになるの。
Great, so you agree. Okay, then go sit in that corner and we'll watch her every single move. And yeah, no problems here, right?
秀吉おじさんが聞いたら、予算か言えばシャレにならんっていうところっすね。
Ah, you can read him like a book.
ごめんね。どう取り繕ったってどうせ疑われるだろうからふざけただけよ。
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
だからこの殺人は私の立場から見れば私を疑わせるためのものではないかと思ってるの。
No, say it ain't so.
困ったことに昨べのアリバイは弱いわ。
Oh, well, is it now?
聞かせてもらってもいいっすか？
Were you not with your husband?
昨べのことを。
バトラ君たちも知っている通り、兄弟が遺産をどう食いちぎり合うかという話し合いは深夜まで続いたわ。
Oh, I bet.
でも何時まで続いたかは知らない。私と主人は朝が早かったからね。もう眠くて24時を過ぎたあたりで抜けさせてもらったの。そしてゲストハウスに戻って休んだわ。
You were at the guest house?
それを秀吉おじさん以外の誰かに証明できるっすか？いやいや、別にエヴァおばさんを疑ってるわけじゃないっすよ。
あら、どうだか。証明になるかわからないけれど、ゲストハウスに戻ってきた時、源氏さんに出迎えを受けてタオルはいるかと聞かれたわ。だから私たちがゲストハウスに戻ってきた時間は24時過ぎだと証明してくれると思うわよ。もっとも、私の仮説通り使用人たちもグルなのだとしたらこんなのアリバイにならないけどね。
確かにそうっすね。ってことは俺今真犯人と推理ごっこをしてるってことになるんすか？
でも私の名誉のために言わせてもらうけど、遺産目当てだったならこんな変な殺人はしないわよ。
Oh, really now?
だって遺産相続権を喪失させるだけならどんな死に方だって構わない。むしろ自己死に見せかけた方がスマートでしょ。使用人たちを抱き込んで周到に計画していたならなおさらそうするでしょうよ。
確かにそうっすね。営利で人を殺すならそれは常に殺人に見せるべきではない。
そういうことよ。だからおばさんは今からとてもブルーな気持ちなわけ。警察には黒幕扱いされて散々調べられるでしょうね。やだやだ。
Aunt Eva shrugged with a bitter smile. It was just as easy to suspect Aunt Eva as it was to suspect the servants. I'm starting to get tired, so sorry if I sound sluggish right now. So if we spin the chessboard around, does that make it impossible for the culprit to be her, suspicious as she is? However, if that sort of argument always works, then motive can never help us in any way. No, that can't be right. Knowing the motive must give us powerful clues towards knowing the culprit. That's why murderers from all time periods disguise crimes in complicated ways, cleverly preventing their motives from being discovered. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't either. Every time I spin the chessboard around, it keeps flipping from front to back and back to front. Are my thoughts bringing me closer to the truth? Or are they? Hello? Oh, there we go. Well, David didn't want to talk any more than that, so I folded my arms and headed to the window to cool my head a little. As I looked over the parlor, I saw George, Aniki, and the others gathered, talking. It looked like they were talking about the magic circle that had been painted onto the shutter. As Uncle Hideyoshi thought back to that time, he started drawing the shape and the margins of Maria's notebook. Margins. I see, since Maria was second only to grandfather in knowledge of the occult, she might understand what it meant.
多分こんな感じだったと思うで。十字架をアレンジしたみたいなマークが書かれとったんや。そしてこんな感じで外周の円を取り囲むように妙な文字がびっしり書き込まれていて、十字架の上下左右の辺とその四隅にも何か書かれていたんや。アルファベットとかそういうのとちゃうで。あれはよく言う古代文字とかいうやつや。
あと円周部の頂点に小さなマークがありましたな。小さな丸を5つ十字状に並べ、それぞれを直線で結んだようなマークでした。
ああ、確かにそんなのも書いてあったで。図形的には間違いなくこれや。細かい文字はわからんが、配列はほぼ同じや。
Everyone was staring down at the shape, so I stared down at it too. From what I'd heard, this had been painted. Yeah, it's been pointed. This had been painted on the shutter to the storehouse with some material that looked like blood. I see. This sure is unsettling.
こんなわけのわかんねえもんを書きたがるのはじいさまだけだろ。
Ah!
まったく、どこに行っちまったんだ。
Probably hiding.
とっ捕まえて意味を聞き出してやりたいぜ。
Jessica's voice contained impatience and anger. She hadn't gone so far as to say grandfather was the culprit, but she seemed sure that grandfather knew something about the culprit's background. Of course, if you were searching for a link connecting the Ushiromiya family to the occult, 10 out of 10 people would think of grandfather. Also, to a person who knew nothing of the occult, this strange mark would have no meaning, which meant that this might have been something addressed to grandfather. That's right, and the reason the crime was shown to the survivors was so they'd find this. In that case, where had grandfather, the essential recipient of this message, disappeared off to?
こんな図形に何か心当たりはあるかい？
Maria looked at the shape with a serious face. Maybe she was enthusiastic because this was her area of expertise. However, her appearance was that of someone separated from the events at hand, as though this thing hadn't been drawn on a shutter closed around her mother's corpse.
僕の第一印象では、どこか外国の十字章に似たデザインだなって思ったかな。
ああ、確かにこんなデザインや。ということはどこぞの国と何か関係があるんか？
その国の十字章はもともと聖地巡礼者を守るための騎士修道士たちの紋章だったそうですな。
つまりこの魔法陣には宗教的な意味があるってことかよ。ますますにちんぷんかんぷんだぜ。
When I looked over at all of them, preparing to jump into the discussion, something shocked me. Oh, fucking Christ. Okay, so close up. I do not like this at all. It's actually creeping me out. Maria was smiling. An eerie and incomprehensible expression on her face. It was almost as if she was making fun of everyone's ignorance. It was an expression I wouldn't have dreamed to find on Maria's face. Oh no. And she laughed. That eerie, jarring laugh was something I didn't want to believe was possible, even though I was looking at it right in front of my eyes. Oh, God! You fucking whores! Jesus fucking Christ. That is fucking terrifying! What the fucking fuck whores? What the fuck? You sickos! How long have we been recording for? Oh, God. Okay. Oh, God. Get the fuck off my screen!
全然違うよみんな。
Oh, that laugh.
こんなの見てわかんないかな。
Stop it, please. While everyone was busy being scared out of their fucking twats, Maria kept on cackling happily by herself. After a while, that laugh was suddenly and abruptly cut off. But her expression still looked like it belonged to someone completely different from Maria.
これは太陽の7の魔法陣
Oh,
だよ。
thank God it's off my screen. Jesus criminy. No.
書かれてる文字はヘブライ語。
Hebrew.
貸して。
Who the fuck are you? What happened to Maria? Excusez-moi? Maria stole the writing materials from the stunned Hideyoshi's hand. She then started drawing another magic circle with a rustle, right next to the one Hideyoshi had drawn.
ね。
Oh God. Who the fuck are you?
こんな図形だったんじゃないかな。
そんな図形だった。
マリア。
That's not Maria.
すごいな。
I don't give a fuck. That's not Maria.
さすが詳しいぜ。
Back away, demon. Hold up my fucking hand like a cross. Back, I say. Just like I tried to smooth things over by praising Maria. Maybe she wanted to confirm that this was still the Maria we all knew so well. But Maria didn't answer her in any way in particular. Maria began swiftly writing unfamiliar characters in the corners of the shape. When Uncle Hideyoshi and Dr. Nanjo saw them, their eyes immediately began to open wide.
天地と左右に書かれているのは風化水道を司る天使たちの名。
Over the wind, fire, earth, and water. Oh my God, Avatar: The Last Airbender! Of course!
カサン、アレル、フォルラク、そしてタリアハド。
Okay, joking aside. Okay.
そして斜め四方には4代の王たちの名。
Oh?
アリエル、セラフ、タルシス、ケルブ。
Oh, I know 2 of those.
合ってる？
Even if they hadn't been able to correctly write what they'd seen. Hold on. There we go. Okay. When they were once again shown something identical, it wasn't difficult for them to realize the two were the same. When Maria asked them whether it matched, Uncle Hideyoshi and Dr. Nanjo nodded over and over again.
間違いない。そうや。確かにこんな文字が書かれとった。なんでこんなん書けるんや。
あと演習部にも文字が書かれておりましたな。
わかってるよ。こうでしょ。
Maria quickly began to surround this circumference with more Hebrew writing.
旧約聖書の詩編第116編の16節と17節だよ。
Oh shit, wait, what?
聖書くらい読んでなきゃ。
I'm not gonna answer that because I don't want to be put in place. I've read some of the Bible. Acting as though knowing this was only common sense, Maria laughed. For a while, everyone, including me, was at a loss for words. A little later, George Aniki returned to his senses and slowly managed to speak.
すごいね。驚いたよ。
This is not the Maria I know. Who the fuck are you?
それで、この魔法陣にはどんな意味があるんだい？
太陽の力を借りる魔法陣だよ。
Borrow the power of the sun?
黄金で描き、護符にして身につけたる者はいかなる牢獄であろうとも、束縛から逃れ、自由を得られる力を授けられる。
Okay.
束縛から逃れ、自由を得られる。意味深だぜ。
この束縛という意味は何も肉体的なものだけを指さないと解釈されている。だから縛られて牢屋にいる人ばかりに意味があるわけじゃないよ。
I mean, duh. I mean, hello.
しがらみや逃れ得ぬ運命など、精神的な束縛からの解放も意味してるんだよ。
しがらみや逃れ得ぬ運命か。これまた意味深だな。
しかしさっぱりわからん。それとあの6人の遺体とどんな関係があるっちゅうんや。束縛からの解放どころか殺された上に倉庫に閉じ込められてたんやで。
別にその6人のために魔法陣が描かれてるわけじゃないね。魔法陣のために6人はそこにいるんでしょう。お気の毒だよ。
どういう意味だい？
I don't like it.
魔法陣のために6人がいるってのは一体？
Is it like the souls are needed for the circle? Is that... I don't know. Maria lifted up her pointer finger, whatever the fuck, and waggled it as if she were making fun of us. Why can't you just fucking say index finger? What the fuck?
それは演習部に書いてるよ。読めないかな。詩編第116編16節と17節。
Oh, what do they mean? Why are they?
読んであげるよ。
Thank you.
主は私の枷を解かれました。私はあなたに感謝の生贄を捧げ、主の皆を呼ぶでしょう。ね。
Okay.
ねって何を言ってるのかさっぱりだぜ。
I think I get what that meant, but I'm still a little confused.
生贄だ。
I got the sacrifice and the Lord part. Yeah. If what Maria had just read out loud was a vital part of the magic circle, then it was saying that sacrifices had to be offered in order for this magic circle to be effective. So, human sacrifices had been offered inside the storehouse where the magic circle had been drawn. A heartbeat later, everyone else seemed to reach the same conclusion. Some people were shocked, and others spat out that this was insane as they punched their knees. I read that right? Yeah, I did, okay. This was starting to get incredibly disturbing, and we couldn't accept it or understand it. I don't care what kind of magic circles or curses other people believe in, I won't pick a fight with them. But they did really kill Dad and the rest as sacrifices for crap like that? I just couldn't stand that feeling. Compared to this, I preferred it when we were still disgusted by that theory about the fight over the inheritance. As I started getting pissed off with a feeling between anger and sadness, I broke from the circle everyone was in and returned once again to the window. Something had gone insane since yesterday. There was that letter from the witch, Beatrice, that Maria had read aloud at last night's dinner. Ever since that point, it feels like like this whole mansion and this whole island have been getting more and more firmly locked inside some kind of bizarre world. That's right. When I think back on it, that letter was an invitation from the witch. The ruler of the nighttime island had invited us inhabitants of the day into another world. The phone and the radio had been interrupted, and the island was shut off by the typhoon, so you really could call this place another world cut off from the real one by now. Yeah. As this island is now, it's perfectly normal for a witch to send us letters and for human sacrifices to be offered up for the sake of magic circles. So what will happen next? Will some weird people wearing goat masks start doing the Bond Festival dance or something? Maybe? I don't know. It's hopeless. It's hopeless. I don't get it. The inside of my head's all screwed up, and I don't even know what to think. Anger. Sadness. The opposing emotions all swirled up together, and they started to suck me in. Unable to resist, I could do nothing but cover my eyes with my hands and trust to my mind and body as I started getting sucked in. Gonna lose yourself to the swirling madness. As I started losing heart, I began to recall a memory from when I was small. It was from when I was very young. I had unfortunately seen a scary occult movie on TV, and for a while, I hadn't even been able to go to the bathroom by myself. That old bastard gave an exaggerated laugh and said this. What did he tell us?
なあバトラ、どうして悪魔だのオカルトだのってのをわざわざこうして映画にすると思う？ねえからだよ。ねえからわざわざ見たくて作るんだよ。だから俺はオカルト映画なんてちゃんちゃらおかしくて笑っちまうってんだ。
That's why those occult movies just make me laugh.
俺に言わせりゃ、悪魔やら妖怪やらより、今年度の収支報告や機嫌を悪くした女房の方が1億倍も怖えってもんだぜ。さらに言うぜ。俺に言わせ、怖がるってのは、心と生活にゆとりのある連中の娯楽的感情なのさ。
I feel like the audio is sometimes a little offhand, and it's kind of annoying. Because what he just said right now was actually all of this. But he only... it's a little out of sync. I don't like it. Anyway, this is what he just actually said, and I'm not going to read it myself, but you can all read it yourself.
暇でしょうがないから。連中は変わった感情で心を遊ばせたくて、悪魔だの、オカルトだのって文化を作り出したんだよ。
See? See what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I don't... Okay. Pissing me off! Seriously, why have I been acting so damn thick-headed? I was totally taken in. Don't try to mess with me. This is the human world. I don't give a damn about witches, demons, magic circles, and sacrifices. The human who killed Dad and everyone else is still on this island. That's all there is to it, right? The next person who started speaking to my heart was Kairi-san.
チェスや将棋ってね、終盤の終盤、詰めの最後の段階に入れば入るほど、最善手は限られてくるのよ。
Alright, I like the music. This one anyway. Actually fits the situation perfectly, I like it.
だから、自分が追い詰めている。あるいは追い詰められているというその時、両者の手は限りなく読みやすくなるのよ。つまり、完全に追い詰められて、打つ手なしって思ったその時こそ、最も読みやすい瞬間なのよ。でも、守勢に立った人間は、どうしても考えが固くなって、相手の手を読むことにまで考えが至らない。そういう時はね、チェス盤をひっくり返すの。
With all of my strength, I slapped my face with both hands. Now my eyes were truly open. When you don't understand anything, and you're and you're completely cornered just like I am now, isn't that the perfect time to spin the chessboard around? While on the defensive, we can't even guess at the culprit's scheme. If we spin it around and looked at it that way, just what might we see? First off, at the time the culprit committed the murders, they knew the island was being cut off by the typhoon. Therefore, they should have understood that even if they carried out the murders, they wouldn't be able to get away early the next morning. In short, the culprit had begun without securing a way to escape. Furthermore, that bastard tossed the corpses in the storehouse. Then was even kind enough to say, "Here they are," with that weird bit of graffiti. In other words, since we'd probably find the corpses sooner or later, they wanted to show them to us. If we'd all been dim and hadn't noticed the storage shed, the culprit's goal would not have been achieved, would it? If you think about it this way, that bastard of a culprit, since this morning, they must have been watching our every move with bated breath. After all, if we hadn't been so kind as to discover what was on the storehouse, all of that hard work and preparation they did last night would have just gone poof. What did the culprit want to make us feel by showing us the corpses in the storehouse? All 6 of the bodies had their faces noticeably destroyed. Was it a grudge? A warning? The defacement of the bodies had occurred after death, so it hadn't been the means by which the culprit had killed. It didn't mean anything to those who had been killed. it did have meaning to those who found the bodies. The culprit wanted to make it appear that they had been killed so brutally. Ha! After thinking this way, I really want to tell that bastard to stop taking me so lightly. Who just danced to that tune? If you're told, please be scared, yeah, you can't just say, really? Sure thing? When someone tells the great Ushiromiya battler, the entrance is right here. I'm the kind of guy who'll start wanting to sneak in through the window. The next thing that had me concerned was that so-called magic circle on the shutter. As Maria, who had shown that her knowledge of the occult rivaled grandfather's, had recognized, that magic circle was genuine. They must have drawn that thing in pitch black darkness, taking a lot of time and holding an umbrella in one hand. Isn't that amount of hard work and perfectionism impressive? What purpose would have been worth all of that effort? If we were looking for a fan of the occult in this mansion, most likely all of us would naturally suspect grandfather. Or Maria. Did they want to make us think grandfather was involved? But if that's all they wanted, they could have just drawn any old scribble that looked like a magic circle. It wasn't like any of us amateurs would be able to tell the difference between genuine and fake. However, this magic circle was genuine, and furthermore, it had even been written in Hebrew. So this magic circle had a message that could only be understood by someone with knowledge of the occult. A message is a form of communication. By sending it, they were hoping for a reaction. A reaction. For some reason, we couldn't find grandfather now. I don't know how grandfather might have spotted the magic circle on the shutter, but he did choose to hide himself in reaction to that? No. Was it a trap to make us suspect that grandfather had participated? You could read it either way. Damn, that's annoying. What kind of reaction was the culprit hoping to get out of us by putting on this occult show? Somehow, that felt like the culprit's weak point. The letter from Beatrice that Maria had read aloud during last night's dinner sprang back into my mind. This was a freak who'd asked us to enjoy a battle of wits. Isn't that interesting? This is a battle of wits between us and the witch. Will we be sucked up by her occult game first, or will we pull off her fake skin first? There's a whole day until the typhoon passes. Why not enjoy ourselves? Oh, hot diggity damn. Woo! Woohoo! I finally noticed that the inside of the parlor had gone quiet again. Everyone had sunk into their favorite sofas, some deep in thought, some irritated, some acting depressed. Maria was once again enjoying the TV as if she had never left it. It looked like she found the commercials more fun than the boring program, and she happily yelled "ooh, ooh," and giggled. I stared at each person's appearance in turn. If there isn't a 19th person, the culprit must be in this room. Right now, Aunt Natsui searching the mansion with the servants, right? Then, we shouldn't say in this room. In this mansion is where the culprit has to be. After all, it's possible Aunt Natsui was behind this. and we still can't deny that one of the servants might be the killer. Anyone could be guilty. Still, Aunt Natsui and the rest sure are taking their time. Of course, it's not a small mansion, but isn't this taking a little too long just to walk around checking the windows and doors? Just as I was thinking this, Aunt Natsui and the rest returned. Not one of them was missing, but our relief was short-lived. Everyone looked at Aunt Natsui in shock. The talk I'd had with Aunt Ava started to creep back into my mind. The possibility that the culprits had enough in numbers or weapons to kill all of those 6 at once.
驚かせてしまいましたね。
Oh my god, you got a fucking... What the fuck is that? Pump shotgun? What the hell?
万が一に備えて持ってきたものです。
Okay, yep, we're all dead. Where the fuck did you find that, bitch? What the hell? Can I have one? After all, that thing in Aunt Natsui's hand was a rifle. That's a fucking rifle? That's a little thick to be a rifle, damn. At a glance, its silhouette looked, a lot like a hunting gun. Oh yeah. But it was unusually short, and kinda looked like a kid-sized weapon. However, it had a weightiness that it made it clear it was no kid's toy.
それは金蔵さんの銃ですな。
Oh shit, wait, what?
ご存知でしたか？そうです。お父様の古いコレクションの中にあったことを思い出し、探し出してきました。
Oh shit.
ひゅー、すっげえ。夏日おばさん、それ本物なんすか？
Yeah, you wanna find out? What if? What fucking if?
ええ、本物です。
Damn.
実弾を発砲できますよ。
Oh shit.
昔お父様は野鳥を追い払うのに使ったりしていました。
あら懐かしい。どこから出てきたんやら。
Didn't she just say it?
私がいくら触らせてって言っても指一本触れさせてくれなかったやつよ。
へえ、じいさまこんなの持ってたんですか？知らなかったですよ。
お父様は昔西部劇にどっぷり使ってたことがあってね。
Oh really?
あの世代はこういうライフル銃が大好きなのよ。
結構年季の入った銃のようですね。
Wait, is it?
でもこんな短い仕様のは初めて見ました。
Oh shit.
ああ、思い出したわ、その銃。懐かしいな。昔好きやった映画のガンマンが派手にぶっ放しとったやつだわ。お父さんも渋いな。
親方様がだいぶ昔に。ご覧の通り実銃ですので、どうかこの件はご内密にお願いいたします。
手に入れられたばかりの頃は大層気に入られておりまして、撃つより薬莢を出す動作が面白いらしくて、裏の森でいろいろとかっこつけて遊んでおられたもんですよ。
しかし物騒ね。そんなものまで持ち出しちゃうのかしら。
万が一に備えてです。賊はおそらく一人ではないでしょう。しかも主人たちを6人も殺した恐ろしい相手です。私には主人に代わって皆さんを明日まで守る義務がありますので。
As Natsui-san said this, what the fuck? She slumped down into one of the sofas and took a deep breath. She had been trying to find grandfather, as well as check the doors and windows. Since grandfather wasn't with her, she probably still didn't know where he was.
屋敷内の戸締まりは厳重に確認してきました。ですが、万が一ということもあります。 みんななるべくここに一緒にいた方がいいでしょう。
そうね。ここに全員が集まって相互監視をしている方が安心だわ。
それはどういう意味ですか、エヴァさん。
別に夏日姉さんの意見に賛成しただけよ。
Here we go. There was a stormy... What the fuck did I just say? Did I say stormy or stormy? I don't know, whatever. There was a stormy atmosphere between the two of them. If you think about who was the most suspicious from the inheritance problem standpoint, Aunt Eva was the obvious answer. However, there was no proof that Aunt Natsui was innocent. No. If you view Beatrice's letter as one of Grandfather's complicated pranks and think of this crime as just an extension of that, there's more than enough reason to suspect even Grandfather. Also, Aunt Natsui thought the criminal was on the outside. But Aunt Eva thought the criminal was on the inside. In short, it was the question of whether or not a 19th person existed. That same question has been repeated endlessly since last night's dinner, with the letter from the witch who called herself Beatrice. So, was the culprit amongst us? Or not? And did the witch Beatrice exist? Or not? I think I yeah, so was the culprit among us or not? Yeah, I misread that. Sorry. Anyway, you guys can read, I can't. I'm sorry. If you assume that something as stupid as a witch can't exist, you are basically saying that one of these relatives here, who share a common bloodline, is the culprit. If that was too unpleasant, it'd be much more comfortable to simply accept the fairy tale-like character of the witch. A witch? A witch drawing a bizarre magic circle and offering human sacrifices? If I could accept that rubbish... Sorry, misclicked. I'll be able to trust all the people in this room. However, damn common sense got in the way. Ha! It kept repeating that witches don't exist. In that case, the culprit must be amongst us. In the middle of the seemingly endless rain, none of us could break the silence. Yeah, I figured. Alright. Oh my god. Time sped. Woohoo. 1 p.m. Fantastic. So where are we now? We're in the kitchen. Hot diggity damn. Alright, I'm actually going to go ahead and end the video here for now. I think we're actually a little past the 3 hours, so I hope you all enjoyed it. This was one long episode, but yeah. Oh boy, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. One at the very beginning, and one kind of a little bit after the middle point where Maria suddenly went all loco on my ass. Oh my god, I actually fucking jumped. Oh my god. Oh, fuck me. What the hell was that? Rude. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I will be posting up more soon, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm excited for this. The CGI, the CG pictures are extremely rare. I have seen this, and they're actually pretty fucking cool, you know. They're actually really nice and creepy, and I like that. I like the horror aspect in this. It's a little bit higher tier than Higurashi, Because Higarashi's... it's okay, but this one... Holy fuck, the story is actually pretty fucking cool, too. It's a little cliche, but I'm pretty sure because all of you has said in episode 1 in the comments down below, you've all told me to prepare my buttocks. Not in that way, but that's why I got the gist of it. And I will prepare myself, because I think I have to agree with all of you that I think shit is gonna hit the fan. And I'm excited for it. And I hope you all are too. And I'm actually going to go ahead and thank all of you for joining in this far. And I hope to see you all in the future episodes. So until then, please stay tuned. And please, everyone, as a reminder, stay sinful, folks.